Hey friend, it's me Vasco with a quick announcement. We at the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast are organizing this year's Scrum Master Summit. For tickets and details on the summit, check out the URL bit.ly/SM Summit 22. All one word, SMSUMMIT 22. And now, on to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Success Thursday this week with Luis Carvalho. Hey, Luis, welcome back.
Good morning. Very happy to be here.
Absolutely. And because it's Thursday, we will talk about success. But before we dive into that, we want to know what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
Yeah, I would like to highlight one which I have not seen many times. So it's not really a format. I don't have a particular favorite format. I think it depends a lot on the teams. I think, for example, the ones which are more game related are nice for a start, not to make it stressful, not to make people defensive. For some others, I found that they find it very, very fluffy. But one that I would like to highlight that I've done a couple of times, and I haven't seen this much in organizations, is a morning retrospective. Morning, not like it's in the morning and not in the afternoon, but as you mourn. So when the team is dismantled, when the product is shut down, when you're moving on into other things, right? I think this is very, very important for you to put kind of a closure to the end of that cycle, to relive a little bit the what you did, and still kind of go out of that still with a very strong bond with your teammates and with the project itself. Because I found that there might be even some stressful times or even some stressful project where we're banging our heads in the wall, but we still get out of it with a good dose of camaraderie and, with fond memories. I've usually structured very, very simple. I put a highlight section and an acknowledgement section, which can be positive or negative. You can have positive highlights, you can have negative highlights. The negative ones are usually the funnier ones, because now you're at the closure. So it's in the past, it doesn't hurt anymore. But typically one is for events, for things, and the other one is for people, where you acknowledge a colleague. Look what you did there. You came up with this really inventive way to solve this problem. Look, in here, you helped me out. I was in a bit of trouble. I didn't know how to get out. You really pulled through. So thank you for that. Yeah, I found that they are very well received by the team. And it does help them kind of put more formal ends to that cycle, then start the next. Sometimes they will be colleagues again. Sometimes they will not be colleagues. Sometimes they will collaborate in different teams, maybe not. But I think that really, really helps to, even though the team is going away, to strengthen that bond.
Yeah, absolutely. And also it highlights how important it is to treat the teams as people. We all need that, right? Like we all need the moment of mourning, as you said, a moment of acknowledging that something happened and it's now over, but it's okay because other things will start and we are in this together, right? Like I really like that focusing on people aspect of that retrospective. Luis, now we turn our attention into ourselves, the Scrum Masters, and even though this whole week is about Scrum Masters and their jobs, this is the only day where we really look inwards, right? It's kind of this self-reflection aspect that we want to focus on, because obviously we can't be successful at something if we haven't defined what success looks like for us. So help us out with that, Luis. What does success mean for you as a Scrum Master?
So I'm going to steal a quote from Spotify. I read somewhere that they say that they want to be the best at getting better. And I think this is the key mission of a Scrum Master or an Agile coach. For me, it's not about the end result, so to say. It's not about if you do the ceremonies or if you practice a particular framework, but it is about, are you actively trying to get better at things, right? And again, it doesn't matter also the maturity level of the team, if it's less mature, if it's more mature, if you have more problems, if you have less problems, etc., etc. It's about instilling in the team or in an organization that sense of getting better. We always want to get better. And of course, this can mean 100 things. And of course, you need to have different approaches. So sometimes you can't be just a coach. You need to be a mentor. because they don't know things. You need to present them to the world with tools. How do we try this, etc., etc. A lot of experimentation, but it is about this, right? And again, there's no key KPI, I would say, but there are some common elements that I like to present to a team for them to at least have in their mind, either in their team agreement or as part of review, if they honor this, so to say. So one thing is, do they understand their place and contribution within the organization, right? Do they understand why they are there? Or are they just building blocks and APIs and chunks of code, right? Do they understand how they are contributing to this? Also, how easy is it to collaborate with other teams, right? Are you open? Is it okay for you to talk with stakeholders directly, both from you, who feel comfortable, or from the organization? Or are you basically being fed information through a proxy, typically a product owner, which is a good representative, but nevertheless still a proxy? And therefore you are more within a silo. How easy is it to ship work, right? Can you be independent in your ideas together with your product owner? Can you react to an incident quickly? Or have 100 dependencies? You have dependencies which can be technical, can be organizational, can be bureaucracy, things like that. And of course, how often and how critical are you of yourselves, right? How much time of the sprint of your work time do you dedicate in figuring out things that need improvement, and how much do you take in working on them? Also, is this something that you do as a business as usual, or do you need a ceremony like a retrospective to do this and to put tasks, right? So these are kind of things that I think are a good measure of a Scrum Master. So I think if you can leave a team, even if their maturity level is not very good, even if they still miss sprint goals, etc., but if they got into that mindset, if they got into that cycle of, okay, I'm going to improve this now, I'm going to improve this tomorrow, etc., they see something wrong, they take some time to do it. They reserved some time of their iteration just for ways of working, and they don't wait until they have a formal retrospective to look into improvements. If you do this, then you are in a good path, so to say.
Absolutely. And quite a good set of questions also for a self-reflection session that we might want to do every now and then. Luis, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for sharing this list of questions and self-reflection points with us.
Thank you so much, Vasco.
Hey friends, it's Vasco again, now with a bit longer announcement. I'm part of the team that is behind the Global Scrum Master Summit, the conference dedicated to the Scrum Master role. If you're a Scrum Master, the Scrum Master Summit is the place to learn, to share, and of course to meet new friends. We will have lots of live sessions where you can meet and network with other Scrum Masters from the whole globe. So make sure you check it at bit.ly/SM Summit 22. We have several amazing keynotes and 7 tracks that feature people like you and, of course, thought leaders sharing their insights, their knowledge, and helping you become an awesome Scrum Master. You can check out all of the details of the summit, including the keynotes announced, the track chairs, and much more at bit.ly/SM Summit 22. That's all one word. That's bit.ly/SM SUMMIT and the numeral 22. I'll see you on the conference floor.